now listening to the Good Bad Advice Podcast with Stephanie and Chase.
Hello.
Welcome you guys to Good Bad Advice Podcasts. We're your hosts. I'm Chase.
And I'm Stephanie.
And we give unsolicited advice to people in the news. We also just need to talk about a couple of things.
Yeah.
From the jump.
Yeah. We have some notes.
Yeah, we have some notes for the listeners.
Yeah.
Okay. We've heard you and we reject what you have to say. And we're okay. First off, yes, I am very uncomfortable on camera. So because I posted saying like, hey, and now if you listen on Spotify, it automatically has our video. So you can watch us. You get to be like, what's this? Because 7 people on average was watching it on YouTube.
No, we're up to like 30
I
an
know.
episode.
Now we're like getting up. It's a slow burn. It's a little embarrassing.
It used to be like 1 or 2.
Me.
Yeah.
It was me being like, did this upload? Okay, quick, get out. Oh no, we're on.
Wait, by the way, we can't play music on these anymore because
you got ads.
One of them got
I'm taken down.
It like got paused. I don't know if it got fully taken down. So no more playing.
You guys, we've reached a new level
oh my gosh,
of cool.
We're like getting copyrighted.
I'm so sorry. Leona Lewis is like, not on my watch. You will not use my music. We're like, really, please, Leona. Anyway, so yes, I'm now very conscious of what I look like on camera because I listened to the episode back in part because we used to do social cuts. And so I used to listen and say, hey, let's use these bits. I think these are funny. But now I still just listen so we get the view.
Because we're so funny.
We're so funny. But now I feel like the camera is just like, I'm like,
You're the person on reality TV that never gets used to the camera. They always like make eye contact right at the camera.
Of did you see? There's this really funny clip of it was a running race in China or an Asian country, and a camera person goes out too far and doesn't time it right, and so the cord clotheslines one of the runners, and then they're trying to like get out of the way after they've clotheslined, and they run into like 3 or 4 more runners, and it's this big like kerfuffle.
That's so funny.
That's kind of me now every time I see the phone. Like I don't want to look like I can see you guys, like you if you're watching on Spotify, hey girl, but it's uncomfortable. Yeah, that's how I feel. Like Stephanie's like sort of ring girl crawling through the camera. Like the TV, that's what I'm afraid is what I look like. So that's our first note.
First thing.
You have a note as well.
Okay, yeah.
Listeners.
Somebody did tell me a story this week. And I have to tell you, of the range of stories that I heard this week, it wasn't that salacious. But they did say, don't talk about this on the pod. You guys... I have standards.
We do. Well, maybe she's thinking for me. But what is it? Say it. Say the story.
No, I'm not going to say the story. It's so funny. Like, don't say it on the pod. Also, I think that's one of those things.
Also,
and like,
to be fair,
no offense to this person, people are not that interesting. Like, you have to tell me
Steph,
something.
That's not what I was going to say.
You have to tell me something so shocking.
I was going to say, we don't even know what we're going to say on the pod.
Oh,
so you're asking. That's where I thought we were
true.
going. I wanted just to be clear. This is not like a well-oiled machine.
No,
the operation is not.
I've come with tea.
Yeah, this is just like, let's start. Hello.
Yeah.
Like there's very little prep. Right beforehand, we were talking about a random story, and then I'm like, oh no, I have to go to church soon. So we were just like, hang on, we have to start the pod. That's like, so there's just not. I just want to like be clear. There's not a lot of like planning on these episodes.
Also, I do need to make like very clear, if you are withholding tea and information from me because you think I'm going to bring it up on the pod, please don't.
Yeah, bring it to me.
I will not bring it up on the pod, and I have a sickness, and it is that I would like to know way less about people while also knowing every detail of the drama.
You're
to
the most like
to the core of my bones.
I need the information, please, in the depths of my bones. I was actually telling Stephanie beforehand a story that I can't say on the pod, and of just like and I keep it very opaque. Like I'm a very good secret keeper.
Yes,
I'll share it, but like in an abstract, roundabout, like 6 months later.
And then like sometimes you'll let it slip, and I'm like, yes.
Very, very, very rarely.
Yeah.
But because of that, Steph is always like wanting the rest of the tea. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to say who, I'm not going to say where, I'm not going to say what. And Stephanie literally said right before we went on there, she's like, I need it in my bones. I can feel it in my bones. I need this information. And I said, we can't. And then she said, let's just start the podcast then. So we started. That's literally the 10 seconds before this episode. Actually, we were recording. You should do a social cut of just like, this is the 10 seconds we were talking about, where she's like, I need it in my bones.
Yeah, but then sometimes people give me information about like a second of a person that I know from like a third degree, and I'm like, you know what? I should know less about them. Like, I should not know the things I know about some people.
Steven and I went to dinner last night with our friends Becky and Russ. And I was saying to Steph, like, oh, yeah, I went to dinner with our friends. It was our first date with them, and it was amazing. We loved them so much. And Stephanie's like, wait, I think I know her.
Yeah.
Then she looked her up on Facebook. It was like, oh, yeah, no, I danced with her at UVU.
Yeah,
Small
Facebook
Lake
friends.
City. Like, you've been in the same orbit multiple times as she's come by the house or whatever else. So how was the rest of your week, by the way?
Really good. We have
did you have any other notes for our audience?
Thank you for best.
Thank you for listening.
Love you so much.
We really do.
You guys are like literally the most devoted, wonderful fans.
That's what the third thing was. We recognized on the last episode, we did get some feedback that we were talking about Craig and Paige and their relationship without providing context.
Yep.
We're going to do a better job at trying to provide context, particularly as we talk about TV shows that are like in season 10 or 11.
Yeah.
That we'll grown up with. We'll try to give you like a little brief synopsis. If you don't like those, you're like, we don't really care, just move on.com. You can also tell us that, and then we'll just bend to your will and win. But the last
we are
voice,
not above fan service.
No, the last voice we heard was give context. We're going to give context until one of you says stop giving so much context, and then we'll come on here and apologize.
Yeah.
Also, we just want to say hi to everybody. Like, we're saying like hi
Kevin,
Cassie,
Molly, Cassie, Morgan,
Mandy,
Caroline, Mackenzie,
Chels, Ava,
Jessica Bentley.
We're just really listening our family members
Curtis.
at this point. Hi, Mom.
Yeah, so I'm just listening.
Barbara. Okay, now tell us how your week was.
Shane is
Shane, of course, one of our faithfuls. Hi, bud. Erica and her son Chase. I hope you're still listening.
Randy Lee.
Randy Lee, of course. My Midwest mom.
Oh, yes.
Always commenting, hey, Carissa, if you're listening.
And those are 110 listeners.
And then I think we've listed all of them. I have all their names saved. I just go through everyone that follows us on Instagram. I'm like, Dave from Cincinnati, Dave from Baltimore.
And if you want us to mention your name next time, please message in. I listen every day.
Yeah, if you want a shout out on the podcast, just write shout out on, just comment shout out on our post episode, and then we'll shout out everybody who comments shout out. And if you want to tell us what you want the shout out to be, just say shout out : and then tell us what you want us to say for you.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Jasmine, your husband's cheating on you. Like, whatever. We'll do whatever.
Imagine.
For free.
We are breaking news.
Wait. Could
you
someone
have a pregnancy
do a
announcement?
I was just going to say, could someone do a
gender
gender reveal?
So
Could we be like,
amazing.
hey, guys, good or bad? It's a boy, bitch. You know, like we could do a full thing.
So he's going to be bad.
It's going to be bad. We'll do a song. Steven will do a jingle. He'll bring a piano.
That would be gorgeous.
Gorgina. Okay.
Wait, we have family in town.
Okay, yes.
And I have a funny story about it because last night we're talking about.
Okay, wait. To be fair, Stephanie was telling me a couple of other stories about
like,
family in town, and I'm like, you
pod?"
cannot say that on the pod. I'm gonna do bravo, effing bravo. Which context-wise, on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Denise Richards, Cruel Intentions, Bond girl Denise Richards was on for one season. She's friend up, or she did a couple cameos other seasons, but she was on one, and she believed that she could stop filming and production if she said bravo, effing bravo.
Because it's breaking the fourth wall.
Breaks the fourth wall, and they won't allow that to air. And so while the girls are pressing her on an issue, she tries to use the bravo, effing bravo, and they don't.
It's like if I was just
Stop.
like, good, bad, like we're
and
filming
I'm like,
good,
what are you
bad.
doing? Keep going. What?
Yeah.
So there's context, Molly. There's context, Kevin. Bravo, effing bravo. Okay, so you have family in town.
Yeah. Last night we're discussing where we want to, or like yesterday afternoon, discussing where we want to go to dinner. And Traven's brother is like, oh, is there like any good Italian restaurants? We're like, yes, this.
Right.
And he goes, what about Buca de Beppo? Traven looks confused. And I'm like, why are you looking confused? And he's like, well, that's like the thing that you and Kevin say. Because Kevin and I, when we're getting silly in Italy, would be like, lasagna, buca de beppo. like we just will say like a string of Italian words, and we usually end with a buca de beppo. And Traven's like, that thing that you and Kevin say. I'm like, right, the restaurant. He's like, huh?
Traven didn't know Buca de Beppo was a restaurant?
Know that Buca de Beppo was a restaurant. He just thought it was a stringing of some Italian slang.
Oh, sweet angel Kevin baby.
He's like, what? We're like, yeah, a real place. The Pope's head is on the table.
The Capri room with Dorit.
And for context,
Dorit Kemsley is the Real Houses of Beverly Hills, and she's currently she's on like her 7th season. She's married to PK Hemsley. They're currently going through a separation and divorce. PK is Boy George's manager. Boy George is an artist who's from the UK. Okay, so
for Dorit's storyline,
one of her storylines was that Buca de Beppo was going to allow her, Dorit Kemsley, to make over just a room, like one of the little like private dining spaces in Buca de Beppo,
to the Dorit room.
To the Dorit room, which she makes it Capri, which is just lemons. Like it's just kind of lemons and blue.
And also what you should know, additional context, is Lisa Vanderpump on this show at the same time?
Yes.
Who is a literal restaurateur.
With like multiple restaurants in Vegas, in LA, in Hollywood.
Yeah. She's like, I love your room in Buca de Beppo.
My dad used to call it Buca de Beepy, Buca de Buca Buca. Like he will just call any iteration, just all the consonants mixed up together.
Well, I feel like I should take Traven.
Yeah, you should. Wait, should we do a podcast from? Should we do a remote from Buca de? We bring all this stuff. We break this.
We're just like, sorry, we're just gotta clip this in.
Just I'm gonna get a little bit of yellow.
We could bring the shirt mics.
Yeah, we get the shirt mics. Oh, I said the short mics, and I was like, like we unscrew this, it just hold them. It's so bizarre.
Imagine pulling one of these out of your purse, like
with a stand.
No stand. We're just holding.
I'm kind of okay. I'm sure people have done that. I'm sure that's like a full.
Oh
bit.
Yeah, an ASMR at Buca de Beppo.
People are not.
Google that right now. I'm sure there's a YouTube video.
Let me look and see ASMR Buca de Beppo.
ASMR Buca de Beppo, and it better be at the Pope's head table.
ASMR Buca de Beppo. 1000%. Buca de Beppo, Italian feast. My first time trying mukbang. Buca de Beppo.
Buca de Beppo.
Emotional family proud
so
day.
Funny.
Buca de Beppo. Huge Italian feast. Mukbang eating show. Look at all of these.
Mukbang.
So many mukbang.
Okay, but Buca de Beppo is so funny.
Wait, what?
Because it's mukbang?
Yeah.
So if you called it Buca de Beppo.
Ooh, okay, focus. How was you? So you guys went to so you talked about Buca de Beppo.
No, we went to Gary's.
Okay.
Have I told you about Gary's?
No.
Gary, who was
Indiana.
Exactly. Original
for context.
owner.
The episode has to be called for context.
Yeah.
I gotta put that note in.
Gary, who was the original owner of Asian Star.
Okay.
A delicious Chinese restaurant in Midvale.
I think we just say Star. I don't think it's okay to say
No,
Asian
it's literally called Asian Star.
Okay. If you're going to cancel someone, cancel her.
Look no further.
That's like a really funny, like wrong wokeism. I think you just have to call it Star. No, the restaurant's called Asian Star. Wow.
Do they
Let me guess, they serve Asian food? No, they serve Stars, dumbass.
You are cracking me up today. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, so he is the original owner of, you know what's so funny?
Star.
His new restaurant too is called Gary's Asian Bistro. Like he's just like, please.
We just really lean into the Asian.
Don't be confused. This is Gary's Asian Bistro. Anyway, he's the original of Asian Star, sold Asian Star to somebody else, and then opened up his own restaurant called Gary's Asian Bistro.
What kind of food?
Literally the exact same menu, but better.
Really?
Yeah, no, but just like tastes like what Asian Star used to taste like.
Right.
and now it's Asian Bistro.
Where's it at? Where's Gary's?
It's like on Wasatch, around like Holiday by like Skyline High School.
Sure.
Oh my gosh, we went at Saturday night at like 6, packed to the brim. Good. Yeah, it was so good.
We went to I have a story for dinner last night. So we went, like I said, with Becky and Russ, and I had to go to the bathroom. And I'm having this stomach issue. I've had it for like a couple of years where every now and then just like the pressure in my stomach is so bad. You have witnessed it. Where and it's just like a gastro thing. I've had multiple colonoscopies and endoscopies. Please don't send me what you think it is. I don't care. But it means that sometimes I'll be in the bathroom for like a while and I'm just like hunched over and the pain is so bad that I have to like talk to myself. So I have to like, and I talk out loud. I'm like, it's okay. Cause I'm a self-soother that way.
It's okay.
So I'm like, it's okay. I'm like, oh my gosh, focus. Well, and so we're just at Simply Thai, which speaking of Asian restaurants that are so delicious, Simply Thai, and the people that work there are just gems. They brought wrong in the way that they could be super nice to you, or could be like 100%, like
plate.
It's a full experience. Yeah. So I'm in there and I'm like hunched over. I'm like, it's okay. And then the light turns off because I'd been in there for so long, and so I was just in there in the dark, and I just kept thinking,
you have to wave your arms.
Well, no, because I was in the stall, like I was in like the door shut. So I just kept like I literally started praying, being like, Heavenly Father, please don't let a random person walk in here, because if they walk in and then the light turns on and then I'm in the bathroom, hey, I'm in here, like I just was like, this is so not good. But it was hurting so badly, so I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to finish. I need to go to the bathroom. So thankfully I was able to get out. And the bathroom already like was really gross before I went in there. Like someone had just blown that to the ground. And so I like get out, and then Russ was like, I like sat down and I was like, okay, just for the record, I know I was in there for a while. It was horrible before I got in there. Like that was not me. And so then like maybe just a little bit later, Russ is like, I'm going to go to the bathroom. And I was like, Russ, I promise it wasn't
Russ,
me.
remember that wasn't me, babe.
So he came back. So he's like, that's disgusting. I was like, oh my gosh, I feel so self-conscious. Anyway. So we just both had bathroom stuff. So I made.
And for context.
Yeah, for context.
What we call that is IBS.
No,
and only hot people have it. So if you don't have gastrointestinal issues, you might be ugly.
Yeah, have you seen that thing that's like someone has a bad back and someone has stomach issues and they find each other and get married? That's Steven and I. He has back issues and I have stomach issues.
Yeah.
All right. I had such a busy week this week because work was crazy. I just had so many things that I got done. And then it was just the whole week of dinners with people. Yeah. We had dinners we were able to go meet Steven's brothers.
Bus, club, another club, bus. And for context, that's Lady Gaga. Look up the clip.
She was talking about
how busy
what tour
she
life was like. And now that became like a viral sound on TikTok. Yeah. And for context,
it means
TikTok is a app that people, a social media app that was recently banned and then came back from the dead. So but we got to meet Steven's brother's new baby.
Yeah.
And so we were like, hey, we'll bring, they're up in Layton. So we said, hey, we'll just order food and meet you guys at your house and get it delivered.
If Steven had a mistress, would it be a mister?
Well, if a woman has a guy that she's cheating on her husband,
is it still a mistress? Or is it a mister?
I don't know. Let's ask Google. I don't want this to be on my phone. You check yours. Okay.
I can't. It's recording.
Do we call a woman cheating? Oh, no.
Is a man... Wait, if a man... Yeah.
If a woman is cheating on her husband with a man, is that man called a mister or a mistress? Google's like, Chase, please focus on something else. Yeah, if a woman is cheating on her husband with a man, that man would be called a mistress. The term mistress is used to refer to a woman. Oh, it's just a mistress,
period.
Wait.
Well, why does that have female connotation? You guys really hate women, don't you? All of you. I'm looking at you in the camera.
Wow, that actually is kind of like there's some layered history there.
Yeah, some nuance of hating women.
Saying The term mistress is used to refer to a woman who's having an extramarital affair with a married man, regardless of her own married status.
Yeah, because we hate women.
Right. It's her story.
Her story. Okay, so I'm going to start calling them misters.
But
when
wait,
I
we
know
have to
a woman
finish
is
this.
cheating.
So, also, how did you get there? I was
because
talking
when
about
you said
Steven's
we met Steven's, and I almost
brother.
said Mister, but then I was like Mister. So I didn't hear any of your story.
Okay.
Because in my head I was like,
Like,
would that
what
be called
is
a
that
Mister?
called?
Because
Sexism. Ugh.
the patriarchy.
I'm so mad. And for context, the patriarchy. Okay, so
hurts us all.
But so we bring Cafe Rio.
Mm-hmm.
They have 2 little boys and then the new baby girl.
Yeah.
The middle boy is, I think, a year and a half younger. So it's like 3, almost 3, maybe 1,
Yeah.
and then the newborn. And he's a tank. Like,
Yeah.
he's just solid. Like, somersaulted down the stairs, boom, 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 holding a yogurt. And then, like, full-blown somersaulted down the stairs, landed, shook it off, ate the yogurt.
Yeah.
Like, no crying, just like
Yeah.
tank. We look over at one point, and he has taken the salad dressing container that's been used, but it has all, and it's all over his hands, in his hair, and he is licking it around, trying to get all of it out. And I don't know why that visual has stayed with me like 4 or 5 times. So that yesterday she was like, "Oh, are you pretty hungry? Are you hungry? Do you want whatever?" And I was like, all I could think of was like, I'm hungry for salad dressing. Like, I don't know why that was like a highlight for my week. So thanks, Knox. And then we had dinner with Cassie and Troy, dinner with Steven's parents, or Steven's family tonight, Becky and whatever else. And then we go to HSL with Emily and Greg on Monday for Valentine's Day. That's our makeup Valentine's Day, because we were visiting Emily and Greg, and they were talking about they're going to be gone for Valentine's Day or whatever. And we said, wait, we should go to a restaurant together. Just kind of like I said it offhand. And now we're celebrating our Valentine's Day together. Me,
Cute.
Steven, Emily, and Greg.
I feel like I feel like I would be remiss not to mention my cross to bear of the day, which is that
This will be good. Go ahead.
No. And I feel like you will understand this. Having like pets sleep in your bed occasionally.
Yes.
To wake up to the sound of your animal vomiting.
No, was that this morning?
Yes.
Oh.
6:15.
Oh.
The lurching.
On a Sunday morning?
And you're like, oh no. Traven and I, it's pitch black in our room.
Of course.
Scramble out of bed once you start hearing the lurching.
Yeah, of course.
Scramble. Trying to grab something to throw under him so that he doesn't throw up on the carpet.
Were you successful?
No. And by the way, he threw up a sliver of a chopped walnut with like a little teeny. He is the most
all that stuff for just a little walnut.
Princess of a pup.
Well, so why is he eating walnuts?
I made banana bread yesterday, and there was chopped walnuts in it, and one must have fallen on the ground. Walnuts, not good for dogs.
Got it. Okay.
They usually cause like intestinal issues. But he didn't throw up like his whole stomach. He threw up.
He's like, I'm not wasting this.
The chunk of walnut with like a little smell. But I'm like, when I get to heaven, I want all of the footage of when it was pitch black in our room. Wrigley is about to throw up, and Traven and I are trying.
The footage in heaven is such a great
under
thing.
him. And he's like, he also, whenever he throws up, he will go to like a corner, even in his crate. Like, he'll go to the furthest corner to throw up in peace. And I respect it. But like, we were diving on the ground this morning, trying to catch the vomit. And Wrigley, without saying so, right, because he's a dog, is like, look away. Don't look at me like this.
He's like, you don't want to see just a little. He's like, oh no.
I'm like trying to dive under him, and he's dipping and dodging away from us.
I just love the concept of the footage in heaven, and having that be like a note that you. Also, I just had a realization that it's your birthday soon, like in 2 weeks.
Yeah, like in a week. This
Oh my gosh,
week
like in a
and
week.
then next week. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not this week. It's
No.
Next week.
This week, the following week is my birthday.
Are you like
on
so
Friday.
pumped?
Yeah, totally.
Wait, what did we decide? When are we going to dinner? No,
We
your
haven't
birthday's
decided.
not-
It's on Friday.
Oh, yeah. I was like, your birthday's not.
It's like 2 weeks away, but
Okay. You're like next week, but I guess yes.
but like I'm in that week already,
yes,
kind of.
I forget.
You know?
That's how people do. Like people
Yeah.
have different ideas of things. Okay, so then let's plan on that Saturday. We could do brunch,
Ooh, funsies.
and then we can come and do the episode. We'll do a birthday episode.
I love.
So everybody needs to be thinking, because you're going to be turning how old?
31.
Let's do 31 questions.
Next time it's your birthday, you're going down.
Let's
How
do
old are you
31
turning?
questions. I'm like, I don't know. According to my dermatologist, I'm turning 21.
Wow. You do really
let's,
have great
Let's
skin,
have
though.
everybody do
31
send us
things you
31
love about
questions.
me.
No, 31 questions for Stephanie.
Okay,
So
we'll do a text
if you guys
blast. have
have questions for us, for me to ask her, then I'm going to do a prompt.
Yeah.
I need to remember this. I'll do a prompt. Leaning back, I'm like, do a
The
prompt.
skin is 21. The brain is 53.
The brain is 106. The brain is like, why are we here? Prompt questions for stuff. Okay, go over your
3 GBs. Okay.
You did
What?
book it about.
I put it on there so I wouldn't forget. Okay. First one, for my audiobook people, I read a book called Piranesi. It was so excellent. It is one of those where it's like a fantasy novel, but you're like, what is happening? I would say it's kind of dark academia. The narrator is a famous actor whose name I cannot pronounce, so I'm not going to try.
Okay.
But when I went to look up the narrator, I was like, oh, I should listen to more books from that narrator. It was so excellent. And then I looked it up and it's a famous actor. And I was like, right. Okay. So that was probably a one-off. But so good. I will give no other context about what the book is about because I think going in blind like really is what made it such a good experience. So Piranesi, it has like a goat character on the front, but the audiobook has literally won an award. So
Cool.
I'm not, out of the. And then after I read that, I saw a video of a recommendation
Yes.
for a book similarly called The Harpy.
Yeah.
And it is about a woman who finds out her husband cheated on her and uses a lot of like symbolism with harpies, the mythological beings who punish men for things they do to women. And so that's like the symbolism throughout the story. I said this to Draven the other night. I'm like, it sounds salacious, but it was very literary. Like it was a book that should be talked about in a book club. Like it was like, oh, this line here. Like it was very good. It was a very short book. So if you're like, oh, I need a palate cleanser, where I'm like, I'm invested, but I'm not like, I'm like, it wasn't one of my favorite reads of all time, but I was like, oh, that was beautiful.
Yeah. I finished Iron Flame.
Okay.
And I'm like halfway
And you
through
did send me
Onyx
a photo.
Storm. Oh my gosh. I sent Steph a photo of me in the sauna listening to Iron Flame, just like shocked.
Shook it.
I realize now that it looks like I'm crying, but
No, I didn't think it.
Okay, good. I was like, Steven asked, because when I went to text you this morning, he like, oh, what's
Why'd you
that?
send her
Yeah.
a photo of her crying?
But I was like, oh no, it was a
I
shocking.
think we have sent photos of each other crying before.
Fully. I'm not opposed to that, but
Yeah.
I just wanted to clarify that I wasn't crying.
No, I didn't think so.
It was a fire ending to Iron Flame. Like really, I liked Iron Flame way better than Fourth Wing. Like I thought.
I watched a video yesterday by Brandon Sanderson. I just think this is so fascinating.
Who's Brandon Sanderson?
Get him.
Wait.
Okay, Brandon Sanderson is like one of the top fantasy writers right now. He's literally written like
I don't.
he
have
he
very,
teaches
very
at
little,
BYU. He just is like, I know this is going to sound like so crazy of a comparison, but he's like the J.R.R. Tolkien of our time. Like he is putting out books constantly and they're all excellent.
Really good. Okay.
He has like whole series, world building, blah, blah, blah. The nerds love Brandon Sanderson, but he is like has a podcast, discusses books, and he was talking about Fourth Wing and how there are often times where books essentially extend out of their demographic. And usually when they extend out of their demographic, the reviews of the book get drastically worse. Because if the book isn't made for you, you're not going to like it.
You're not going to get it. You're going to think it's weird and whatever, yeah.
Fourth Wing, I believe, has a 4.55 on Goodreads, which is a excellent, probably the top on Goodreads. And it has over 2 million reviews.
Oh, wow.
And it is absolutely extended out of the fantasy genre or like romantasy genre.
But it has done the opposite of what Brandon would have
No
assumed.
negative reviews. And so he's like, it's pretty much a 10 out of 10. Like, there's no like big criticism of it, even past extending its genre.
Where
like,
we would expect criticism.
Yeah, you're not getting these like bad review bombing. Like, everybody who reads it is like, yeah, this is an excellent book.
Right. Well, I'm in that camp because
Yeah.
I'm not a fantasy person. I mean, ACOTAR was really my first foyer. I mean, Harry Potter was, but to me, Harry Potter is so rooted in real life.
Yeah.
That it feels
It's contemporary.
It feels contemporary. So it doesn't, and it also doesn't, I don't feel like they're going to like, you know, the Isles of Eurasia and it's like London, England. Like
you're reading very accessible fantasy.
yes. Like when I get to way more like, oh dang, what was that show on Apple Plus where it was like really, really fanciful?
Oh, no.
Dang, but that I would get like lost in where it'd be like
Yeah.
the seven mages came across the
and that's
planet
Brandon Sanderson.
alignment.
He doesn't like, he creates whole new worlds, new currency, new magic systems, new worlds, new travel systems. Like, and that's like I don't think his books are accessible to fantasy readers because of that.
Yeah.
But he does write excellent books. Sorry, I got us on a tangent there, but
Yeah.
Fourth
Now I'm
Wing,
trying to
Iron
think of
Flame,
what
etc.
It's just no. I don't. Called Foundation is the sci-fi.
okay.
It's like sci-fi, extreme. Anyway, okay. My 3Gs. I started Zero Day. It's Robert De Niro, Connie Britton, Angela Bassett, like Dave Stevens or Daniel Stevens. It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
6. It's not great. I'll be honest. Like I want it to be better because it's the concept being that there's a cyber attack and they're trying to figure out who, but the implications of it are like huge. I want to like it, but we're just kind of like, okay, let's just finish it now. So I would stay clear of that. Tate McCray's new album, I've actually been listening to quite a lot. She's hot. Like she is new Britney. She is.
Yeah, she's hot in a different way than Sabrina.
Yes,
Sabrina is seductive.
Like, yes,
Tate McCray
sultry.
is hot.
Tate McCray is like Sabrina Carpenter is kind of like pinup girly. Like it's kind of a throwback. There's
Classic
a vintage
Marilyn
flair.
Monroe.
Yes, and Tate McCray is more like
Christina
current,
Aguilera, Britney Spears.
Yes,
like
that sort of like genie in a bottle, super low rise cut jeans where you're like, ooh. Excellent. Honestly, it's like really
she's talented.
Good. She's super talented.
If you know, she did start on So You Think You Can Dance Juniors.
Really?
Yeah, she did a dance to She Used to Be Mine. That like every time I see it makes me cry.
Good. Well, because she is a performer.
She's
like
an incredible dancer.
Her dancing is really, really, really,
But
and
she
can
is a
sing.
talented singer.
And her just performance that was really great.
No, she's good. The outfits are good. The choreography is good. Like,
yeah,
she's a pop star.
Yeah, and you could kind of tell like that's where the in the zeitgeist, I think people are really pushing her right now.
I think she'll get her flowers this year.
I think
it's kind of like Dua Lipa. It took her a few years.
I know, but Dua Lipa's kind of fallen out.
But Dua Lipa was like doing it for a while before she had like a takeoff year, and now I think she's like petering out.
Yeah, I think so too. I think pop girlies in particular have a really hard time staying in the story.
Have we ever had like male pop stars besides like boy band, like a singular?
Justin Bieber. I mean, he would probably be like the biggest male pop star. Do I mean like?
Would you say Troye Sivan?
No,
is a pop star.
No, I
Like,
think
he's
he's
pop?
too. I think he's too.
I mean, he's not a star, but he's
indie.
pop.
Yeah, I think he's pop indie. It's kind of like Sam Smith tried to be a pop star, but it's like just be soul. And he came out with a new song, by the way, Valentine's Day weekend, back to like classic Sam, and it's gorgina.
Yeah.
Okay. Then the third thing that we wanted to both talk about is Southern Charm. Southern
Yeah.
Charm, for context, is a show on Bravo. This is on we're on season 9, and it effectively follows what is touted as like the Charleston who's
Trust fund
who
babies.
trust funds or restaurateurs or whatever in the Charleston area. They're all the men are basically babies. Yeah, been completely
Like,
Peter Pan
at least
syndrome.
in their 40s, although I think Craig is the youngest, maybe Austin
Yeah.
is, but like at least mid 30s, like a
And the
couple 40s.
Women
Whitney
have
is
historically
maybe
been
50.
beyond messy, Catherine.
Very messy, younger.
But younger, but also the other kind
Southern
of wave of
belles.
them are like the Southern Belle. You know, everything's very proper. And anyways, one of the characters that's been a show frontrunner from season 1 is named Shep. And the reason why I'm wanting to talk about it. Yeah, and like a sort of misogynist in a way, kind of like,
but then at times
like
it's
a lover guy, like
he to me is so stereotypical Southern in that I'm like, you're so likable sometimes, but then
Yes.
other times I'm like, oh, you're a trash bag of a human. What are you doing?
Right. So you guys just need to watch the most recent episode, maybe the last 2 episodes. You don't need to have watched anything else to appreciate the storyline, because this crazy guy, this crazy girl, really, Miss Bahamas or something, really wanted to get like on the show, I think, and so starts dating him off season, meaning when they're not filming. And then he's like, we're going to go to the Bahamas and see her. And it's so great. Sienna,
I'm
blah,
planning,
blah, blah,
I
blah.
will move there.
I
with
love
you, with my
her. Like, I'm in
kids.
love with her. Like, she's the real deal. And she's like 20 and Shep's like 40 something.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to give it away, but there's been
The
very
cringiness.
little bit of TV where I was even like, uncomfy. And so if you just want to like experience that and you're like, I've got an hour and a half to kill, 2 45-minute episodes.
Even you could go back, you could watch the last 2 episodes, but only like once they get to the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Of the
prior fallout.
Weeks, and then this week's watching.
Yes. It's really, really, really good TV.
Okay. Amazing.
Okay. We've got some advice for people in the news.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I watched is I did watch the SNL 50th anniversary. Did you watch that?
I didn't watch it in full, but I watched a lot of the skits.
It was really, really, really good.
I thought it was excellent.
There's a lot of drama coming out of the SNL 50th.
Oh, I did not know that.
So I'm going to share 3 pieces of drama that
Okay,
I definitively know. And I'll go in reverse order of shock. 1, Maya Rudolph and Martin Short and a number of other people there all got COVID afterward. And so they were saying that the SNL 50 became like a petri dish for COVID again. So a bunch of people ended up getting sick, which is kind of like funny in a way, because you're just kind of like, okay. Second is I did not realize that Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson really don't like Jimmy Fallon. And Jimmy Fallon made a joke, and Tom and Rita were on the front row, and they got offended during Jimmy's monologue, and they stood up and walked out of his monologue at the SNL 50th. The camera cut to it really quickly and then quickly panned away from it. And so that's getting a lot of people are having some commentary. And I did not realize, I think everybody thought, I kind of was under the illusion that everybody liked Tom Hanks. There are a lot of feelings, and I don't know all the allegations or the stories or the rumor mill, but I was doing a little bit of a TikTok.
Sometimes I feel like Tom Hanks, he's so silly and like will go on Saturday Night Live and act a fool, but then like also wants to be treated like he's Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yes. And Tom
That's where I
Hanks
think it
also
gets
got himself in
confusing
a
for
little
me.
bit of hot water because did you see the skit he was in with Black Jeopardy?
Yeah.
And he plays like an ultra conservative, and then he like refuses to shake the hand of a black person.
Yeah.
And he's wearing a MAGA hat, and I think it was not tasteful. In any event, the biggest controversy from SNL 50 was the Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. Did you hear about that?
yeah.
So Tina Fey and Amy
I did see
Poehler,
the clip.
for context, Tina Fey and Amy Poehler were doing like the monologues. So they throughout the night they had different people doing monologues like a traditional guest host would, and then they have skits and musical performances, and Cher performed, and Sabrina Carpenter and Miley Cyrus and Alabama Shakes. Like it was really the concert portion phenomenal, the show portion phenomenal. Well, as part of like working the crowd, they were doing Q&As. Amy and Tina were doing Q&As, and Ryan Reynolds, they said, "Hey, Ryan Reynolds, hey, how are you?" And he's like, "Good. Why? What have you heard?" And they're like, nothing, whatever. And it's like a whole thing.
Yeah.
Turns out that was not the joke that was written.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds went off script and wrote his own joke. And then Blake Lively's face is really like surprised by it because they were going to try to just distance themselves from the uncomfortable Justin Baldoni. Anyway, so that's getting controversial.
Yeah. But I've heard it was excellent. I watched a few of the clips. So
here's
go
my
watch
advice.
it. Yeah.
They need to, to me, it was like there's such joy in reunions. Like there really is. Like reunions like that, like 20th anniversary or specials or whatever else. I would like to see a lot more. I would love to do like, let's have another Friends reunion and whatever. Like, I think we need to celebrate those more, bring people back together. And I maybe just am saying that because I'm also coordinating right now my high school's 20th reunion. 20th
He said 20.
reunion,
He's
20,
so old.
20. And I'm like really excited to see some of these friends from high school. And I went to a very small high school. There was only 50 in my grade. So like, it'll be a dinner. We'll be like, oh, it's so-and-so. But I think there's just like, I like reunions. So if you're TV producers or whatever else and you're like, what should we be doing? I want more reunion style.
Yeah.
I want anniversary specials. I would much rather have those than random ass sequels or like live actions.
That is actually such a great point because I did put in a news article of the Heavyweights cast. Where are they now?
Yes. I would. Do you want to talk about that one as well?
Well, just pull it up really fast because the main character now is like pretty handsome, and I think that you would enjoy that. The main character.
Heavyweights is one of my absolute favorite. Okay, does it have? Well, Ben Stiller. Do you mean
no?
him?
Yeah, it keeps. Not Ben Stiller, obviously.
I told my Ben Stiller.
like,
I told my Ben Stiller story on the
you
pod
did.
where he was so mean to me when I was taking a pee.
Yeah.
Okay. Aaron Schwartz.
I think so.
Aaron.
I told
Schwartz.
you. He has a
Meow.
jaw. He has a jawline.
He has a jawline and cheekbones.
And then I scrolled later, and like one of them is a meth addict or something like that.
No.
Yeah.
Some of these are not.
But Keenan.
Oh my gosh, Sean Weiss. Is he the meth actor?
Paul Feige was in it, and Paul Feige wrote Heavyweights, and I'm like, slay.
This guy, that is really sad, but I don't know which one he is. I'm assuming it's him.
No, the center.
It's not the center guy. He's an African American character. This is a white person.
It is the center guy, you jerk.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. Honey, that guy is this guy?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
The guy on the left is the guy that you looked at up above.
Wait, honey. Wait, what?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, no, I knew that. Okay.
I love being right. I love when I'm right.
Is
it's
this
like
person
so
a person of color?
Yes.
Why does he not look like a person of color here?
Probably because of meth.
Does meth strip your melatonin? Not melatonin, melanin?
Well, they filmed in the summer. He got tan.
But so he's like Hispanic.
It's the guy from Mighty Ducks too. I don't remember his name.
Sean Weiss.
Yeah.
Okay. He's the one that like got arrested for petty theft and then controlled substance. Meth. Ooh, meth. Okay,
Not
so
the sing song for meth.
He's a stand-up comedian. He is famous for heavyweights, but where does it say? It says his nationality is American. Oh, wait, but maybe that doesn't mean.
Yeah, well.
Okay, hang on a second. Oh, and he did get sober. It reportedly, as of March of last year, he entered a rehab facility, and now he is 200 days sober.
Oh,
Oh, that
slay.
makes me feel better. Okay, let's just see, where is he from? Where is he? Early life? Personal life?
You're doing yeah, but where are you actually from?
No, oh shoot, that is so bad. I know that sounds bad, but he was born in New Jersey, and he is of Jewish descent.
He's Jewish?
He's a Jewish person.
Shabbat shalom.
Okay, why are you changing the fact that he's not a Hispanic?
You're the one who said he was
I
Hispanic.
asked you, I said, is he Hispanic? You said
I don't
yes.
know. I said he's a person of color, probably.
Well, are Jews people of color? Do they
came
consider that?
They came from Israel, so.
Shabbat shalom.
Mazel.
Mazel.
You know what? I do a great tevya.
Can someone please Google, okay, maybe just said I do a great tevya and I just let it go. Can someone please Google Sean Weiss and just be like, I feel like we can,
Oh, we can't sing. We can't sing songs. We'll get copyrighted.
No, I thought
Is
we got
Fiddler on the Roof
copyrighted. I
copyrighted?
didn't think we got copyrighted.
Oh, you literally
I
played
played
the song.
We can sing songs as much as if I was a rich man. I don't know why sometimes when I sing, Miranda sings. Like, if I was a rich man. No,
Yeah,
can I play
I
this
do a
version
great
for you?
tevya.
Actually,
No, you can't.
No. I know what you're gonna say. I can't, but this I know I can because this is a guy doing a cover of a song just in his car, so it won't be on anybody's registries. He did this guy. I'm obsessed with this version of Abracadabra. Okay, and he is
Oh, that's good. Send that to me. I want to listen to it in a dark room. Yeah, but it might still flag it as Abracadabra.
I just did 6 seconds because it's I learned it's like under 10 because it's like could just be like someone you passed on the subway and someone had their music out. They don't punish you. Okay. So all in all, we would like to see more reunions, but we only want positive reunions. I don't want like Sean Weiss as a meth head for a reunion. That's sad. If you're in the public eye, just don't disappoint us. Maybe that's the better advice.
You're a role model. Don't disappoint us.
Now, did you ever watch Jury Duty? The movie or the TV show with James Marsden?
No.
Do you know the concept?
Yes, I know the concept.
When I
for
tell
context.
you, for context. Okay, for context. This is a show on Amazon Prime. Mm-hmm. So it's free if you have Amazon Prime. Just watch
We cannot keep doing this every episode.
Doing context?
Yeah.
I know. I'm just like, oh my gosh, what do people
God.
want? Anyways, but we're doing it for this bit.
Google it.
Like you
Google
said,
it
there
yourself.
are 2 things I'm dedicated to. I forgot what the first one was, and doing the bit. That is us. Okay. For those of you that are not aware, Jury Duty was a show. James Marsden was in it. The concept was a guy had signed up for jury duty completely like a normal person, a normie. He's not an actor. He was not paid until at the end, but he had no idea. So he signs up. He just gets called to do jury duty, and everybody else there, it's very Truman Show. Everybody else there is in on it.
Yeah,
so
they're
the
paid
other members
actors.
of the jury are actors. And it's wild. Actually, it's so funny. I'm going to rewatch it because it's really funny.
I haven't seen it. But
It's
making
really,
me
really
wanna
good
watch it.
TV. Then they have James Marsden playing himself as James Marsden. And the guy's like, oh my gosh, it's James Marsden. Really funny. Anyway, so the director has come out and that they're doing a season 2. And obviously,
Different situation.
well, it has to be because like he said, it'd be really hard for us to try to recreate the insanity because
anytime
the
I
trial is
do
nuts.
jury duty,
the
I'm gonna
jury
be
is
like,
nuts. The witnesses are crazy.
Are you a paid actor?
Yeah, like so they're doing a corporate retreat.
That would be a really good bit to just start asking people in your life if they're a paid actor.
Wait, did I tell you my
If they
other
do
bit
something
that
crazy.
I've been doing? Is where it's talking about like one-upping a conspiracy theorist.
Yes, you did.
I think
And Molly did it to me the other day.
Molly did it to you.
Yes.
I've been doing it. So many people were like, "No, totally." The actors. I'm like, "So you believe in people?" Like I just the willingness to go like insane.
Next time
love.
somebody acts crazy in front of me, I'm gonna be like, "Are you a paid actor?
Are you a paid actor? That's
Are you a
actually
paid actor?
really.
Where's the camera?"
That's such a. Do it in a fight with someone.
Yeah.
When they're like, I'm sorry, are you being a paid actor right now?
Are you-
Because you're
are you a
acting
paid
insane.
actor?
Is there a TV show that you're like promoting?
Oh, it's so condescending too. I
It's
love
so
it.
condescending. So anyways, the producers have come out that they're starting a season 2. And he said, you couldn't just do jury duty again because people would be like, wait a second. But I do think it's possible. There's a million different worlds with this kind of thing could exist. And so they're looking at it being a corporate retreat will be the set, will be the next moment. Also,
that's a good one to do, like a conference.
Yeah, 100%.
Like an HR
like
conference.
an HR, or a dental conference or something, and it's just like wild as hell, and you sign up. Anyways, what I love about it is it's really, really innovative TV.
Yeah.
It's not like Another World is Ending. It's not like 0 Day, cyber attack. I get it. We did that one with Mahershala Ali and Julia Roberts, where do you remember that show? It was on Netflix or movie, and it was the same concept. Julia Roberts, Netflix. Leave the World Behind was the movie. So it's kind of like the same thing. Night Agent, similar. Recruit, saying like the world is ending.
There's a lot of political dramas right now.
Right. Yeah, I think everybody's really just like, I want pain.
There's a lot of political dramas right now.
The side eye, I can't. Okay, speaking of political dramas, Kate Hudson
this one shook me.
Turned down the role in Devil Wears Prada. She was offered Anne Hathaway's role to be Andy in Devil Wears Prada, and Kate Hudson turned it down. And then owning it is like, yeah, that was a bad decision.
And she also was like, it was timing. I was doing another project. Yeah. She didn't just like flat
it
outright
wasn't because
turn
of the
down.
Content.
Yeah.
She had to turn it down for a lot of reasons, but like she still says that was a bad call. And I actually like this story because I was thinking, who would you say like owes their career more to Devil Wears Prada? Anne Hathaway or Emily Blunt?
Oh, I would say
because I think that show.
I would say Emily Blunt.
I think Emily Blunt too. I think Anne Hathaway was already kind of moving in.
Because I was gonna say, but I'm like, she did Princess Diaries.
Yeah.
She like.
But that show really did. Those two women were platformed.
I mean,
and then
what about Stanley Tucci?
Well, Stanley Tucci's been famous forever.
Yeah,
he was
but
Morty in Undercover Blues, which is one of my very favorite films of all time. In fact, if anybody can find that on digital copy, I will give you $1,000. Digital copy, though. I have it on a DVD, but I cannot get the DVD or the Blu-ray. I cannot watch the Blu-ray on anything.
I feel like there's a way that you could make that happen to digitize it.
But it's
might
called
not be
copy.
legal.
I was like, it's all copywritten. I need it to be on.
We would never do that. We would never do that.
And if anyone were, just like the Asian comment.
If anyone were, it's the one who literally recommended
came up
it.
with it. She's like, I think there's a way. Got offline. Beep. Yeah, because I loved Devil Wears Prada. Like that's probably in my
can't you picture
top 20 movies.
You know how sometimes you're like, oh, they could have never been that. Can't you picture
1000%
Kate Hudson as Andy?
I actually think Kate Hudson is a pretty good actress. I'm really excited to see her new show on Netflix.
I love Kate Hudson.
I think that's going to be a bomb show.
Kate Hudson in a rom-com?
We talked about that last week, didn't we? That there was or maybe 2 weeks ago, we had an episode called Bring Back the Rom-Coms, and we were talking about the different rom-coms that were coming out, and she's doing a new one.
If I got a Kate Hudson, Matthew McConaughey rom-com again, I would eat it up. Bless you.
Excuse me. There's How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. There's Fool's Gold. Fool's Gold. Were they in any other movies together? Kate Hudson and Matthew McConaughey?
I don't know.
Okay.
But I need it biblically.
Now we have to report on the planes. That I'd just like to give some general advice. Maybe stop crashing.
Drive. Maybe
drive.
Like,
I don't know. Are we so like just looking for thrills? We're like, you know what we should do? Land this plane upside down.
And here's the thing.
Like,
I will say there was like literally more plane crashes last year than there was this year. Like it's getting heavily publicized.
Wait, at this time of the year? Like, so between January to February of last year, there were more plane crashes?
Yeah, I saw a whole video about it, of it being just like, hey, don't freak out. Like,
that many planes crash?
Yes.
Whoa, that is. Hang on, I gotta get this.
It's just been so like visual this year and like topic of the season. My advice: Delta offered these passengers in the, by the way, upside down plane that landed $30,000. And I'm like, you better give me $1 million at least. I
had to disembark a plane hanging upside down. Do you know what I mean? Like that.
No.
That's more than $30,000, baby.
30,000 each. You guys better be paying. I should fly free for the rest of my life. Are you kidding? And this is also where I'm like, actually, my secondary piece of advice. A lot of people have fear in the air. What you should fear is your landing. The landing always to me is the scariest part. When we slam into the ground sometimes, I'm like, I'm dead. I always fear the landing more than when I'm in the air and there's like turbulence. That just means like wind. Like you're fine. It is on the descent where we all should start being concerned.
I was just trying to find what is the death statistics. I'm so sorry. Did you guys just watch me have a full stroke on here? Time of death right now, 10:04.
I certainly did.
I was like, statistic. The death statistic. That is so hard to say. Say
and
death.
Thank you
Everybody
for
in your
listening
cars
today.
Thanks, guys. We're your
it was
hosts.
such a
I'm
good-
Chase and Stephanie. We give unsolicited advice to children in the Prague.
In the zeitgeist.
That goes for context. Say death statistic.
Death statistic.
Now say it fast.
Death statistic.
Now say it 3 times.
Death statistics. Death statistics.
See? It's hard when your brain's going fast. Okay.
Statistic.
Your chance of dying is 1 in 100 million.
Yeah.
Flying. So we're okay.
Yeah.
Still.
No, last time we flew, Bailey was like, what if something happens? I'm like, Bailey.
We'll get $30,000.
At least.
At least 30K.
At the very least.
It is just like so nuts. Okay, our last story that we need to give some advice to. Did you hear about A$AP Rocky? A$AP Rocky.
Yes, but I don't even know why he was in trial. So, like, I heard, but I'm on the fringe of it. The only thing I really saw was after he found out he was not guilty, he, like, literally dove into the stands onto Rihanna.
Which was really, first off, okay, so for those of you that are not, A$AP Rocky was charged with 2 felony counts of assault with a semi-automatic firearm from a 2021 incident in which a former friend said that the rapper shot at him in Hollywood and then grazed his knuckles. Now, the evidence, in my estimation, it felt very much like kind of Aaron Hernandez, where one person, A$AP, becomes really famous and it gets a lot of money. And then who knows what kind of went down, but then one of the other friends turns on him and claims, hey, he was shooting at me and grazed me, and A$AP Rocky denies it. So it really was like a he said. And so he ended up being found not guilty. Mm-hmm. The cool part about that was that Rihanna, he was facing up to years in prison. Yeah. I mean, and his own attorneys were telling him to take a plea deal.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, I didn't do it. And so he didn't take the plea. He goes to trial. Rihanna goes every day for the trial. The trial was actually had the officer who responded, did you see, is Erica Jane's son. Yeah. Erica Jane, for context, is a Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
And it all comes back to Beverly Hills. Who was married
to Tom Girardi, who was the large firm that ended up taking over the case that the movie Erin Brockovich was based off of. So just bringing it all the way back to Julia Roberts and Housewives, Netflix.
It all comes back to Housewives. By the way, there's a game online called Play Linked. I'm going to send it to you.
Okay.
Where it starts with 2 movies. And then you have to link
with actors to
actors
get them together.
Movies, actors to movies. And you do it, see how like closely you can link them.
How fast you can link them.
Yeah, so last night or yesterday, and it's a different one every day. It's like,
okay.
Yesterday it was 3:10 to Yuma and 4 Brothers, and Mark Wahlberg and Christian Bale were both in The Fighter, so I linked it in 3.
Linked on Steam?
It's playlinked.net, I think. Playlinked.
Shoot. Playlinked.net.
What's the movies today? It kind of gives
Sorry,
you like
there's the
a.
how play. Okay, Say Anything and Star Trek with Chris Pine, Zoe Saldana,
Say
and
anything.
Quentin.
What's Say Anything?
Say Anything
me see
is
the
the
trailer.
speakers with
I love that Patrick Dempsey.
Patrick Dempsey
I love that
and,
movie.
no, it's not Patrick Dempsey.
I thought it was.
Is it? No, that guy is Cusack, John Cusack.
You're right. Yeah. I was thinking of the other
John
Patrick Dempsey.
Cusack, John Mahoney, Lily Taylor, Amy Brooks.
So it gives you all of the actors in the movie, and then you have to link them as closely or as quickly as possible. So the first one I did was...
Let's do John Cusack, because John Cusack can get us into so any of his other movies would be like, oh, I forgot he did High Fidelity and Pursuit. Oh, and he did Being John Malkovich. This is a really fun. Okay, wait, is it timed?
And it's also like, no, it's not timed.
Okay.
You just have to try and get it as close as possible. But the other thing is like, you think that like some of them, it's easiest to connect them through Marvel, which it is.
Literally, I was just gonna think that.
But it takes longer than you think it does to get them through Marvel. So like when I try and go through Marvel,
but
it's
not
around
unless
5
it's like-
to 6.
Yeah, but if it's Marvel Endgame, then I can get Zoe Saldana in there for Gamora.
Yeah.
And then I really just have to get to. I mean, I guess we could do Being John Malkovich, or man.
You guys, this game is so fun.
Can you go back if I select the movie?
Yes.
Can I go
you
back
can go
and
back,
change it?
You can exit
Okay,
like
so
whatever
if I
it
do
is.
Being John Malkovich,
And then
I
it
can
shows
get
you the actors from
Cameron
that one.
Diaz.
Isn't this so fun?
This is such a fun game. Okay.
Right?
We will link this game
Yeah.
as a swipe up so
Yeah.
that everyone could also be playing as well. Playlinked.net.
Yeah.
PlayLinked.net.
Yeah.
That's such a good thing to end
Fun, right?
To end the episode on. All right, guys, I've got to go to church for my Lord and Savior, and you need to go like and
prison.
subscribe on all social media platforms. Good,
Yeah.
bad advice. Anything else you want to go over before we bounce for the day?
Love you. This was such a fun episode.
I know this is so fun.
you guys
Thanks,
enjoyed.
guys. We will talk with you soon, and we will see you next week.
I decided to go Tabby.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. Bye.